BRC-11, local first.
The 26th Annual Patriotic Parade kicks off the 4th of July holiday here in Lititz tonight. I'm Taylor Toship, and I'll be telling you all about the celebrations.
Plus, the House and Senate sent Governor Wolf a budget they believe reduces the deficit. But we begin the night with the home explosion in Manor Township that killed a UGI employee. Good evening, I'm John Buffone. In the aftermath of yesterday's explosion in Manor Township, neighbors and emergency personnel are addressing concerns on what you should do if you smell gas in your home. News 11's Brendan Leslie explains what steps you should be taking if you're in a similar situation.
The key thing is, if you smell gas in your home, evacuate the home immediately. Take your pets and all family members and evacuate the home immediately.
A smell of gas was reported in Manor Township yesterday afternoon. Shortly after UGI workers arrived at the scene, the house was leveled by an explosion, killing one of the crew members inside. Emergency Management Director of Lancaster County, Randy Gockley, says this traumatic event is a key reason why all gas leaks should be taken seriously.
Do not turn light switches on, off. Do not use cell phones if you smell gas. Go outdoors until you no longer smell gas. If you feel you can safely open windows before you leave the house, you may do so. But if the odor is strong throughout the house, do not hesitate. Get out of the house immediately.
Federal investigators are currently on the scene trying to determine the exact cause of the blast. Roberto Gutierrez lives next door and says UGI workers told his son there was no need to evacuate moments before the explosion. His son and dog were able to escape with some cuts and bruises. Now Gutierrez is picking up the pieces after a confusing and emotional experience.
Frustrated and sad at the same time. You know, someone did lose their life. We've worked with some of these UGI guys before, and it is a sad situation. I thank God that my son was able to make it out.
Although this catastrophic event is an extreme scenario, Gockley says gas-powered homes have a strong safety record.
Historically, gas has a very good safety record. However, periodically they have catastrophic events like happened yesterday in Manor Township.
Reporting in Manor Township, Brendan Leslie, News 11.
A man is behind bars this weekend after a domestic dispute in the borough. Police were called to the first block of Park Avenue around 2 a.m. Saturday and arrested 30-year-old Jose Antonio Vega Garcia of Reading. He's charged with one count of simple assault with bail set around $75,000. Prior to his arrest, Vega Garcia was out on bail in relation to previous charges of simple assault and endangering the welfare of children. He is currently in Lancaster County Prison and has not posted bail. Also in EPHRATA, 49-year-old COLLEEN Gallagher is in Lancaster County Prison after a domestic dispute. Just after midnight on Sunday, Northern Regional Police were called to Perseverance Lane in EPHRATA. Gallagher was seen walking in the area and was arrested without incident on charges of simple assault. Anyone with additional information is asked to contact Northern Lancaster County Regional Police. Well, Friday came and went, and with that, half of the state budget was passed. The House and Senate sent the governor a budget they believe takes small steps towards reducing the deficit. New investments include funding for pre-K, K-12, and the PA state system of higher education. Cuts in the department that protect natural resources and the environment have been restored, while radical changes in Medicaid and medical assistance have been rejected. No plan has been passed to secure revenue needed to balance the budget, but the spending side is expected later this week. Well, tomorrow is Independence Day, but will weather allow you to celebrate outdoors? Let's ask Dave Allen, who has our first look at the forecast.
First Look Weather is brought to you by The Wagon at Weaver Markets. Check out weavermarkets.com for this week's menu.
We have a beautiful night and a beautiful day to talk about tomorrow. If you're heading on out to the 4th of July festivities in your area, expect plenty of sunshine. Make sure you bring the sunscreen, but we do have some thunderstorms possible. I'll have the details on that and the rest of the work week coming up in just a few.
All right, Dave, thank you. Well, tomorrow is Independence Day, and Lititz Spring Park is kicking off the celebrations with the 26th Annual Patriotic Parade. Our News 11's Taylor Toship is in studio to tell us more. Taylor.
John, over 10,000 people were expected to watch the parade in downtown Lititz tonight to celebrate the 4th of July and continue their holiday traditions. Parades are a 4th of July staple, and Lititz is no stranger to the holiday as they celebrated 200 years of Independence Day traditions.
People come year after year, bring their kids back, people that grow up, start a family here. They come back, do the same thing, they're used to it.
But to kick off the long celebrated holiday, people of all ages line the streets to watch the iconic parade, and for some, it's as much a tradition as the 4th of July itself.
I've just been born in Lititz, and just tradition to come every year to the parade and celebrate 4th of July. It's a big deal here in Lititz, so.
And after 26 years of hosting the Patriotic Parade, Lititz knows exactly how to put on a show.
A lot of volunteers from the Lions Club and the community supporting it. We have a parade committee that starts planning probably September. Just all the details, getting help, organizing.
Music and entertainment filled the streets as clubs and organizations marched to the sound of independence.
It's mainly like the drums, how loud they are, and it beats over everything else.
And whether it's your first parade or you've been attending for years, there's always something that will catch your eye. So while people come out to see their favorite part of the parade,
candy.
You know, I get to talk to people, be friendly with people.
The fire trucks.
Everyone comes out to celebrate our nation's independence.
Great holiday for family and friends and getting together and celebrating our country.
Now, if you missed the parade tonight, don't worry. Lititz Spring Park will be hosting 4th of July celebrations tomorrow starting at noon, followed by fireworks at 10 p.m. Reporting live in studio, I'm Taylor Toshef. John, back to you.
All right, thank you, Taylor. We'll stay tuned to the evening report. More local news is coming up after the break. Rita's Italian Ice is kicking off a fundraiser for children battling cancer. We'll tell you how. Plus, fireworks are a big part of this week's festivities, but how do they affect your four-legged friends? We'll fill you in. And later in sports, it was a drama-filled weekend for the Lancaster Barnstormers. Did they make the playoffs, and how would they begin the second half of the season? Brian Cast will have the details. Rita's is starting up their annual campaign to raise money for a great cause. Throughout the month of July, they'll be asking for donations with every purchase for Alex's Lemonade Stand, a nonprofit that helps children with cancer. David Metzler, the owner of Rita's in EPHRATA, said he's extremely excited to contribute to this worthy effort.
I'm really excited about this program. This hits really home to me. It's near and dear to my heart, and I love as a business owner that we have such a great community here and such great guests that we know this program is really going to take off.
Anyone who donates at the EPHRATA Rita's will be entered into a raffle to win a number of prizes. The winners will be chosen on July 30th at a celebratory event which runs from 2 to 5 p.m. The 4th of July means it's time for fireworks, but just because a specific kind of firework may be legal in Pennsylvania, that doesn't mean it's legal in your borough. In Lititz, only sparklers are legal because of the proximity of houses and the risk of starting a fire.
We're getting calls all the time, are bottle rockets allowed, or are the little bloomers allowed, things that you can get in places like Turkey Hill. Nothing is allowed within the borough except for sparklers.
Throwdown snappers are not considered a firework in Lititz, so they are also permitted. Though fireworks are a big part of Independence Day, it's important to be aware of how they can affect your pet. Director of the PA Humane Society, Kristen Tulo, says fireworks can severely torment some house pets to the point of running away.
We enjoy, the flashing lights and the sounds of fireworks and the beautiful lights from them, but they are terrifying and overwhelming for many pets. And it's really important that during 4th of July, you keep your pet protected.
Animal shelters see a noticeable increase in runaway pets this time of year because of the fireworks. Tulo also said while having your pet with you may be important, keeping them at home may be in their best interest.
And the best thing to do is to leave them at home. As much as you love having them with you, just remind yourself that the benefit for your pet and their well-being is keeping them at home.
If you do have your pet with you at a party tomorrow, don't leave excess food or alcohol on the ground where they may be able to reach it. With Independence Day upon us, festivities call for barbecues, pool parties, and of course, backyard fireworks. But before you break out the sparklers, it's important to make sure you take the necessary safety precautions so that you can enjoy an incident-free holiday. Lieutenant George Pappas of the Lancaster County Northern Regional Police Department says there are a few common injuries they see every 4th of July, but he has tips on how you can avoid them.
The most common ones are probably burns that I have seen. I have seen some in the past where they were explosive devices and people had some injuries as a result of the explosive devices from illegal fireworks and damage caused by that to property as well.
Pappas recommends always having a responsible adult nearby. Make sure you keep all explosives far away from eyes and keep a bucket of water close to extinguish a fire. And we have you covered for the 4th of July festivities tomorrow. For the main event, we pick things up at 1 p.m. from the band show in Lititz Springs Park with entertainment all day. Fireworks are scheduled to start just after 10, so be sure to join us here on BRC-11 for exclusive coverage of the 200th July 4th celebration in Lititz. Well, Dave Allen will be back after the break with his complete weather forecast. And later on, a popular Crayola color is getting retired. How you can help pick the next shade to fill the crayon box. Well, Crayola recently retired the color Dandelion from their crayon box. The yellowish shade had a 27-year run across the U.S., but now it's time to say goodbye. With its retirement comes an opportunity for a new crayon, and Crayola wants your help. They are taking public votes on their new color, which will be a shade of blue. The 5 nominees are Blue Mood Bliss, Bluetiful, Dreams Come Blue, Reach for the Stars, and Star Spangled Blue. The contest runs through August 31st, and daily prizes will be given away to those who vote, and you could even win a trip to Orlando, Florida. You sad to see Dandelion go?
Why, Crayola? Why?
1990, 27 years of history.
Had a good run.
It did have
All
a good run.
All good things must come to an end, though.
And now it might be Dreams Come Blue.
Star Spangled Blue, though. I mean, it's the 4th. Come on.
It's the progressives. All right, whatever. Well, until next time, have a great holiday. I'm John Buffone.
And I'm Brian Cass. We'll see you Wednesday.